Hi guys, it's Always a Dramatic and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about upcoming summer, a Chinese film, not a drama. So stay tuned to today's video. So I was scrolling through Netflix several days ago and I saw upcoming summer. I had no idea what it was about. I didn't know it was a movie. And then I clicked on it and I was like, oh, it's just a movie. So I'm only gonna be here for like an hour or so. I thought it was gonna be a drama. And so the summary of the movie was like a girl told a white lie. She got into a friendship with someone that she forged a lie with, and then they had to battle um, upcoming. I think that's the wrong word. They had to battle everyday life and the stresses involved in young everyday life, and so that's what the movie summary was about. So I started the movie. This movie turned out to be it was a really good movie. I'll give it a 20 out of 10. I'll give it a 20 out of 10 because just having a great plot and a not so cliche plot made me give it a 20. Inclusive of really good music. The music in this film was every time I listen to people music, every time I listen to people music around me, their music is be really boring, it's be really dry, and it's never my style. But when I say the music inside of this entire movie, every song was a hit and not a miss. Every song was a hit and not a miss. Like I sometimes go to sleep now with some of the music that I actually found on this show because the music was so good. It has like a vintagey, nostalgic vibe, kind of like the drama itself. And so I thought I was just sitting down watching a drama, watching a movie that was just about a girl who told a white lie. And so the movie started off with this girl who was like underwater. And so I was like, why is this girl underwater? I thought at first she tried to commit suicide, and then she was in the hospital, and then the movie just started to progress, and I was like, okay. So the interesting did catch my attention. The beginning of the movie did catch my interest, so I say, let's just keep watching. I was a little bummed because it was a movie because I like to watch dramas because dramas they last a little bit longer, whereas when you watch a movie and you finish the movie, that's basically it. And so I was like, I'll just keep watching still. And so I started to watch it, and I was like, okay, it's nice. And it got to the point where the white lie that she told was that she had a boyfriend, which caused her to fail a very important exam that her parents expected her to pass. And so she had to retake that class over to pass the exam. And so she told her parents that she didn't fail, she didn't pass the exam because she had a boyfriend. Her boyfriend at the time didn't even know that he was her boyfriend or that he even had a girlfriend called ChenChen. And so when the teacher in the class called him out, I was like, she didn't want him around ChenChen at all. What's the guy name? I don't want to say DJ XYZ because that's his DJ name, but Yuxing, my Chinese is a little bit off. Yuxing was like, I had a girlfriend, I dated somebody, and he's just looking around. He looked around. He's part of the girl who supposedly used him as a scapegoat because of whatever reason he didn't know. And so he decided, I'm gonna try and get to know this girl. And so he did try to get to know her. So the plot was this: she told a lie, and she used him in her lie. And basically, they sort of became friends. Why did he go along with the lie? Really, this is where it gets interesting. So basically, everybody knew Zheng had a girlfriend who was in Beijing who was older than him. And so basically, when ChenChen started to get to know Zheng, she was like, you have a girlfriend, you guys broke up. What happened?" And he was like, "It didn't work out." She calls me childish. I went after her. I even skipped the exam to go after her to, straighten out our relationship, but she was not interested in reciprocating our relationship. That was Zhen Yuxing's word specifically. And so, because of that lie, these two became friends. And so, even though at the school they were known to have broken up, she told another lie. You know, one lie leads to another lie. It was that kind of case. She told another lie where they actually started to date again. Okay, so they started to date again. Zhen Yuxing, this is wrong. Zheng Yuxing and ChenChen started to date again. So what made Zhen Yuxing characters interested in this movie, Upcoming Summer, was that he was a DJ. He liked a girl who was older than him, and he decided to go along with ChenChen's story that them two did date and broke up. And so in the movie, ChenChen used him for the second lie. After the first lie, she used him for a second lie to say that this is her current boyfriend. So now the school knew they were broken up, knew that they got back together. And then because they were using each other at this point, give and take, Zhen Yuxing used her, still being in this heartbroken phase, he used her as he used her to catch his ex's attention. I didn't even know who his ex was or why he's trying to catch his attention, but it's something that people do. They use someone else, or they say, "This is my new fling," or "This is my new partner," just to say, "I'm over you." And so that was how it progressed. What was interesting in this movie was just the fact that he was a DJ in high school. I really like that. I don't know anything about DJs or DJing, but how the director showcased it in China. I want to go to China right now to one of those upcoming festivals, because it was a really pretty scene. The visuals in this movie was stunning. China is so updated. it have like so much stuff. Just being at the upcoming festival, ChenChen and Yuxing, they like showed so much stuff, like what goes on at the festival, what you see at the festival, the lifestyle of a DJ, what it looks like. And so in this show, it was a lot of good music, literally a lot of good music. They showcased a lot of really pretty scenery and landscape scenes of China. And the story and the plot wasn't, I thought it was just going to be like, oh, she lied and it's just going to progress how I believed it was going to progress. And then but the twist to the story was what made me stay to watch this movie. And even after I finished watching this movie, I was a little bit confused until I read some reviews and I was like, oh my gosh, I did not know that. And so while watching this movie, I enjoyed the relationship that started instantly between the main leads, ChenChen and Zhen Yuxing. I love the scenery, I love the visuals, and I love the music. Some of the music I knew of, and some of them I never heard those songs. And like I said, they have like a nostalgic, feel-good feel to them. So those were some really good pointers to this movie. Additionally, I like the progress of the main cast relationship. Like, one of my favorite scenes inside this movie was basically when Zhen Yuxing, DJ XYZ, was running after ChenChen in PE class. At this time, she wanted nothing to do with him because it was a lie she made up. And so he was just chasing after because he said, this girl used me as her boyfriend. I was never her boyfriend. So he thought, did she have a crush on me? Why did she use me of all people? And so even though when she explained to him, they still became friends after that. They became friends to the point that she went to his house, he went to hers. They listened to music together. What was interesting also was the lifestyle that Zhen Yuxing led in this film. He was a DJ. As like a high school student, being a DJ, that was that was new to me. And he got his name DJ XYZ from his name, which is Zhen Yuxing. He flipped it and it becomes XYZ. That's how he's known as DJ XYZ. He wasn't a DJ, but he aspired to be one. And so he took ChenChen to to a lot of parties where the DJ was actually playing. So ChenChen knew that DJ XYZ or Zheng Yuxing, I'm just gonna go DJ XYZ because his Chinese name is a little bit hard to pronounce. ChenChen knew that her friend DJ XYZ liked somebody and it didn't work out. What she didn't know was that it was still he was still in a process where he still liked somebody. And so the way the movie started off was interesting because it was a scene where she was just crying and leaning on him, and I was like, what just happened? And so that's why I kept watching the film. And so what was interesting in this movie was when he took her to his home and she sang a song. That was a really cute scene inside this film. Another one was when they entered to the party. What was interesting was that she confessed and tried to make a move, but it went south real fast. And I was like, at this point, I was thinking it's a romantic movie and they're probably gonna end up together. And I was like, most likely they're gonna end up together. And I was like, what is it about this movie that made me stay or that made me say something's just off? And so I kept watching. And so when he turned her down, he told her that he still was in love with his ex-girlfriend, whatever she was, to be honest. And his ex-girlfriend name was Ming, and Ming was a DJ. And I was like, okay, so he's in love with a DJ who's like 8 years older than him, but she also lives in Beijing. That was what DJ XYZ mentioned, told ChenChen. So I was like, okay. So in the movie, you could see where DJ XYZ is still. When I was watching it, I realized that he was still in love with the DJ Ming, his ex-girlfriend, whatever she was, ex-fling, ex-partner, who knows. It was a little bit vague. And I was like, okay, so that didn't work out. And I was like, I wonder if they're even going to end up together at this point because they had a really great friendship. And so, fast forward to a few hours later, she decided to go with DJ XYZ to meet his ex, Ming, DJ Ming. And I was like, okay, so he's totally going to see this girl. And they went to the concert. One thing that was so special about ChenChen's and DJ XYZ relationship was that they told their secrets. Like, they were just really blunt with it. They decided to be. And so they just announced certain things like, I like you, I'm jealous of Ming, things like that. And so they went to the concert to see Ming, and I'm like, yeah, but where is Ming? I was watching the movie and I was like, Ming's face has not shown up yet on this movie as yet. Cut to the end of the story. I didn't get to see Ming. I didn't get to see the girl that DJ XYZ Zheng Yuxing liked. And I thought that he was still hung up on her, and he just didn't like ChenChen, and they made a really cute match, to be honest. So I was like, okay. And when I was to the end of the movie, I was like, oh, the movie's over. I was like, what? I think the movie is over already because the ending was really nice. Like, I love how they used the theme song. It's the theme song of this movie was really nice. I think it's Kidnap. I forget the name of the artist who sang it. I'll stick it in the description box below. But I like how they use it. I think that was one of the top highlights of this movie. This entire movie, where they was in class, ChenChen and Zheng Yuxing were in class, and they was listening to music, and that song played literally was the core of this whole movie. So if you watch Upcoming Summer and you know of the song Kidnap, you know it's the core of this movie. And that's basically how it ended. But when the movie ended, this is where I was confused. I was like, Ming never showed her face. I don't even know how Ming looks like to say even compare and say, oh, ChenChen is way prettier, something like that. So I want to see Ming and what DJ XYZ Zheng Yuxing liked so much about Ming, but we never got to see Ming. And then I went ahead and I read some reviews, and I was like, is there a part 2 for this movie? Because I would really love a part 2. I want to see what happens. And then I was like, oh my gosh. I read one of the reviews for this movie, and then I realized that there was a reason why I never saw Ming. DJ Ming is assumed to be a guy. And then I was like, I just sat here for a whole hour and some minutes and watched a movie where a guy liked another guy. And I was like, what? I was, I mean, listen to me. I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one going ballistic at this point. Like, basically, DJ XYZ is gay. I was like, I just realized that most of the DJs were men. None of them were women. And so basically, this whole movie was a whole plot twist. And the thing about it is that inside the movie, you would never know that Ming was a guy. I was like, okay, Ming was a guy. Like, the director didn't really come out and say that. And even when in the reviews I was watching, he didn't say that. And so I just sat there for like a good 5 minutes staring at the screen, and I was like, you're kidding me. You, you have got to be joking. But to be honest, this movie is pretty much ambiguous in that we don't even know who Ming is. Ming could be a woman, Ming could be a man. I didn't get that. We didn't know the orientation of Ming. I don't know if I feel like I still don't know who Ming is. Is Ming a guy or a girl? I think a lot of people is leaning towards a guy and a girl. A lot of reviews of this movie was that this movie was pretty popular in China and I think international, to be honest, based on the reviews I've seen. But it was popular because, and I think what made part of this movie popular too was just the fact that what we thought wasn't what the movie was about. And so the movie was about ChenChen and a friend DJ X, but it was also about something more. And it's a matter of, I guess, reading between the lines to actually catch that. But overall, I would give this movie a 20 out of 10. And I give it a 20 out of 10 based on the relationship between the main cast, based on, I guess, just the coming of age feel it gave. I guess also on definitely the visuals, most definitely the music. I think what the extra 10 points just comes from the music by itself. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for the entire movie. The plot twist, I was not expecting it. I didn't even catch on. But the movie, it definitely left me thinking about what did I just watch. It left me thinking about that, and then it left me thinking that was a really good plot twist. Like, no, I'm pretty sure nobody was expecting that. The trailer didn't even hint that this could be a LGBTQ based movie, and it wasn't really, and it still isn't. But it's a matter of, I think, just reading between the blurred lines of this movie, because we never saw Ming. So if we never saw Ming, we don't know if Ming is a guy or a girl, but we can imply that Ming was a guy, because most of the DJs I realized were guys. There was no girls. There were no girl DJs, and I think that was it. But why the movie didn't came forward and say that is beyond me. But to everybody who watch it or who's going to watch it, I just spoiled it for you. I just spoiled it for you. But go ahead to watch the movie. I think it's a really great Chinese film. I realized lately that Chinese dramas, they're top notch. Like some of the Chinese dramas are really good. So I'm right now I'm trying to binge Falling Into Your Smile. And trust me, it's turning out pretty good so far. And the K-drama I'm watching right now is Business Proposal. I am waiting for the K-drama Y O Suje. And there was one more, but I can't remember. But that's it for this week's video. I don't know the last time I've been on this channel, so I'm pretty sure this video is a little bit choppy. But bear with me, and if you do have comments, the same comments or the same thoughts that I have about upcoming summer while you are watching the movie, if you were as confused as me, if you caught the gist before me, I'm pretty sure some people caught it before me. Like, I was at the end of the video, I was at the end of the movie, and I was like, that's the end of the movie, what just happened? Like, I was a little bit bummed that they didn't work out. Like they didn't get together, the main cast, DJX and ChenChen. But I still believe that they remained good friends throughout it. Because to DJ XYZ, Zheng Yuxing, I think he really liked ChenChen as a friend. And that, I think, that was a core, um, what's the word? Bird flies over. Because I had like about a couple hours of sleep last night. I think I went to bed like 2. But a really core value of this movie, the friendship. I enjoyed watching the friendship inside this movie. I think it was unique. I think it was interesting. And just a matter of accepting people for what they are at the end of the day. That was what was interesting. Even though I had to watch the movie over the second time after catching on what it was really about. And after I watched it, I still really enjoyed it. And I felt a little bit sad for Zheng Yuxing, but I mostly felt sad for ChenChen because there's no way I felt like DJ XYZ was ever gonna reciprocate her feelings. And that's the thing. This movie literally focused on 2 people. They just did not end up with the people that they liked. ChenChen liked DJ XYZ, and she had a crush on him like before she even made up the white lie about him, which he found out sooner or later. And then DJ XYZ had a crush on DJ Ming, and Ming did not reciprocate his feelings, and DJ XYZ did not reciprocate his feelings, ChenChen's feelings. So I don't think anybody ended up with anybody in this movie. But at the end, you can see that there is an untold story that leads to who knows where. ChenChen and DJ XYZ being together. If that is so, then yes, directors, we would love to see an upcoming summer part 2. But I really hope you enjoyed this movie. It's not a drama. I really hope you enjoyed this movie. If you have watched this movie, then let me know what you actually thought about this movie in the comment section. Like, I'm still shocked. Like, it's still fresh in my head. It's definitely not something like I said, oh, I watched it, it was a nice movie. I'm like, oh, I watched it, it was a nice movie. I did not see that plot twist coming. And I'm still like questioning myself about that movie to this day. I guess it would have been good if the main 2 leads did end up together. But I think what made it popular was that they didn't, and there was so much unanswered reason as to why they didn't end up together that we didn't get in this movie. And so that's a whole trend on its own. And so that's the end of this video for today. And I will be back, who knows when, with another random video soon. This was All Shades of Dramatic, and see you.